Doris Arena. If today is your first time of coming across my channel, please guys don't forget to subscribe. Become part of this lovely family. You will never regret it. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. God richly bless you. Guys, do you recognize the lady I have by me? Now, wow. Who born dog? I don't sleep well at all. Charlie, if you don't know, let me introduce her. She is Mrs. Theodora Abebiu Ajimai. Can you believe that? Me, when I saw her, I said, maybe I'm dreaming. I removed my glasses and I cleaned my face well and opened my eyes. She's still the one. Charlie, you look so gorgeous. You look so beautiful. Hey, today don't sleep. Oh. The way you are blinking, don't remove this makeup. Oh. Don't sleep. You are welcome to Doris Arena once again.
Thank you so much.
So guys,
thank God for everything.
we thank God for giving us life.
Yes.
Say, oh, on who are doing now. All right.
Yes.
So today, guys, there's what I said in 3 minutes. If you have life, you have everything. And this leads us to today's topic.
Yes.
We are going to talk about suicide. 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 I've not heard it before.
Actually, you've not heard of suicide?
Oh, maybe.
Well,
when you explain it, maybe I know what it is. So when we say suicide,
I'm not surprised if you say you haven't heard of it before, because suicide is a topic, or should I say a subject that has been neglected and pushed to the corner. We don't see it as important. Okay, so people don't normally talk about suicide. Yeah, so I will not be surprised if you have not heard of it before, but it is happening. Suicide is happening.
All right.
Yes.
So maybe as time goes on, I might realize that I know what it is. But okay, so let's start. What is suicide?
All right. So thank you very much for this opportunity once again.
You're welcome.
To come to your channel, Doris
Arena.
So suicide is simply someone unaliving him or herself. Okay, someone causing injury to himself or herself with the intention to die. That is suicide.
Okay. Now you say obi kuni ho eja. You say you can brofo na e be ya asem ti e di twi be nti no obi kuni ho na ye suicide. Ono a fi se wa bre no wa je ne nkwa fi.
Yes. So suicide is you unaliving yourself. Yes. People attempt suicide. Okay, so suicidal attempt is when someone tries to injure him or herself with the intention of unaliving himself or herself, but has not succeeded in doing that. Then that would be a suicidal attempt. Yes.
But so, the suicide without the word attempt is succeeding in doing it.
Yes, succeeding in doing it. Yes. Yes. So that is the meaning of suicide and then suicidal attempt.
Okay. So what are some of the ways that, or some of the things that a person will do that shows that the person have committed suicide or has attempted to commit suicide? Do you understand what I'm saying? Some of the actions, okay, let me use that word. Some of the actions that one will take. Yes, that shows that this is a suicide or a suicide attempt.
All right. So suicide is you seeing the person with a rope around the neck and hanging on a tree. That is a suicide. The person is gone. Yes, the person is gone. The person is dead. Okay. And then you might see some pills of drugs or bottles of insecticide around the person. The person has written a note, like why he or she is doing that. Those who have the attempt, you see them having those things on them, but they did not succeed.
Okay.
They did not succeed. And so that is the difference between the suicide and the suicidal attempt.
Okay. So in this case, when maybe someone takes an action and immediately immediately another person comes to the rescue
Rescue
of
of
that action that the person took.
that is a
It didn't
suicidal
succeed
attempt.
Okay.
Yes, that is a suicidal attempt. Yes. So, and we have suicidal ideation. They have the idea, so they communicate with people. Like, how can I do it? They'll be asking people, and you see them trying to ask of things they can use to like commit that act. So they have the idea. They have not attempted it yet. They have not succeeded yet,
And
but
they'll
they
be
have the
seeking
idea.
advice from
Yes.
others. Maybe unaware to the person they are speaking to.
Yes.
They are trying to get some information
Some
from the person
person
that will help them or will aid them to do
to
it.
commit it.
Okay.
Yes. So that is suicide, suicidal attempt, and suicidal ideation. Yes. Now there are a lot of facts. I was surprised to see more facts. I know some facts, but I was surprised to see more facts. The one that shocked me was every 40 seconds, someone in the world commits suicide. 40 seconds,
Pa,
not
pa,
1 minute.
pa, pa,
Up to
40.
40, someone
Not
commits.
even up to 60.
No, not even up to 1 minute. Someone commits suicide in the world. Yes. So suicide is this serious. Suicide is very, very serious. And over hundreds of thousands of people commit suicide in a year all over the world. It's a very serious issue. And then suicide is prevalent in marginalized and discriminated group of society. Those that we see them as insignificant in the society.
Okay.
Yes, they commit suicide a lot because they don't feel welcomed, they don't feel
Accepted.
belonged, accepted, and so they tell themselves, what are they doing even in this world? If nobody is regarding them in anything, so they end up committing suicide or attempting it. You see them attempting it several times. So people who are discriminated and they are marginalized, and it's also common in middle income, low and middle income countries.
Hey,
Low and middle income
countries.
countries, yes, like Africa.
Okay.
We are low and we have middle income, like
Yes.
our
Yes, you
per
can
capita
see. Yes, yes.
capital income is very small. Yes, and so we have a lot of issues that hasn't been resolved, and so it becomes a lot of stress for us, and then we see ourselves as, oh, what is our use? Then we end up committing suicide, unaliving ourselves. Yes, so these are some of the facts, and then there are more facts that says that there is no single explanation as to the cause of suicide, because the cause of suicide, the contributory factors of suicide is not like normal issues around us, but some people go through it and they feel hopeless, they feel breathless, and they end up unaliving themselves. So there is no particular explanation as to why people commit suicide. Yeah. And then people do not seek help. People do not seek help because of stigma, because of the stigma involved in suicide. Okay, people stigmatize them, and then the stigma involved in mental health. Okay, we mental health nurses are even stigmatized by the other groups of nurses. Okay, they even stigmatize us. So imagine somebody who is mentally ill. We, the caretakers, we, the health workers that are taking care of the people, we are stigmatized and marginalized. So imagine the person suffering the condition. Yes. So stigma prevents people from seeking help. People who have the suicidal ideas from seeking help. Yes. So these are some of the facts. And then many deaths and many suicidal deaths are preventable. Most of them are preventable if government will focus more on policies and programs, okay, to create awareness and to create laws that will help people to avoid going close to things that they can use to commit suicide. Yes, because governments have also marginalized the topic suicide, and so more people are suffering with their ideation, suicidal ideation, attempting suicide and committing suicide. Yes, so policies, government, um, families, churches, everyone should be involved in the topic suicide, and it will help. It will help everyone in general. Yes. So these are a few facts about suicide. There are more, but there are more facts. Yes. So these are a little facts about suicide. Yes. Every 40 minutes, one person dies of suicide. Yes, and then um, hundreds of, um, hundred thousands of people. I think 800,000 people die of suicide yearly. Yes, yearly. Yeah, and even more. At least 800,000, and even more die of suicide. And then there are no policies and attention being given to the topic suicide. Yes. So these are the facts about suicide. And people don't seek help because suicide is stigmatized. Yes. So these are the facts about suicide.
So we now know the meaning of suicide. From what you have said, it means I know what suicide is.
Yes.
So now, what can make someone commit suicide or attempt to commit suicide? That is the causes of suicide.
So, as I said earlier on, we can't say that one particular issue is a cause of suicide, but a lot of things contribute to suicide. We can outline two or three things that is making somebody cause suicide when the person succeeds or have the idea or attempt it. Yes, one of the things is poverty. Poverty. Okay, so if somebody is living, because the fact about suicide tells us that low income countries and middle income countries, people over there commit suicide a lot, or suicide is more in those places. Yes. So poverty, unemployment, uh, let's say contributory factors to people committing suicide. Yes. Imagine, like, you want to live a peaceful life and an enjoyable life. You want to live a life that whatever you want to eat, you have it. Whatever you want to wear, you have it.
Wherever you want to live, you can live.
You can live. You want your children to go to good schools. Like, you want good things for yourself. But all these can be gotten with money. And if you don't have it, it causes a lot of pain for you. It causes a lot of stress for you. And that can make you feel hopeless, helpless, and then you decide to end it all. Yes, you are not happy. You are not happy within you, so you decide to end it all. So unemployment and poverty are contributing factors to people committing suicide. Yes, we have alcohol and drug abuse. Those who misuse alcohol, those who misuse weed, cocaine. The other time I heard of something red. There's something they said red on the news. I plan like research. It's not unfortunate, means research into it, but it's a drug. The people are red. R-E-D, as in red color. Red color, yes, as in the color red. So it's not unfortunate. I didn't have the time to go and research on that. Like how people were, he's using this medicine,
Cough medicine.
the the cough mixture, and then this pain medicine,
Trauma.
tramadol. Okay, people were he's using tramadol. I have a friend who is on tramadol because after having a baby, she developed serious case pains. So it was tramadol that was saving her, and she's a health personnel. So she knew how dangerous that medicine is. She can easily become addicted to it, and so she doesn't even take it like well. How she's supposed to take it. She doesn't take it because she told herself she doesn't want to be addicted to anything. Okay, because she have knowledge. Yes, so people are taking things like just for them to not feel some pains or remember some situations. By the end of the day, they become addicted to it. And it's this addiction that makes them hooked up to the thing. And so their life becomes dependent on those things. And it's unpleasant that without a particular pill, a particular syrup, a particular powder, you can't live. And so they end up feeling hopeless, lifeless, like they feel they've come to the end of it, and then they commit suicide. So alcohol and then drug abuse, okay, contribute to people committing suicide. We also have breakdown of relationship, breakdown of relationship, going through divorce. As I always say it in other topics, depression, mental health, stress, and all that. So relationship breakdown can also lead to somebody committing suicide. Okay, people have their fathers, their mothers, their husbands, their wives, either dying or divorcing them, like the husband and wife, divorcing them, and they feel so much pain, so much unhappy, and so they want to end it all. And so they attempt it. Yes, they attempt it. And some even succeed. Yes, and then statistics shows that men commit suicide, they succeed in the act more compared to
Women.
women. Women don't succeed because they are just crying for help. They are crying for attention. Yes, and so they do not succeed. Yes, and they don't have that braveness, that heart
To do it.
to do it. Yes, all they need is cry for help. Like they are just crying for help. Yes,
So they can attempt, but mostly they don't.
they don't succeed. Yes, so breakdown in relationship can also be a contributory factor. Not a cause, because people go through a lot of celebration, death, divorce, and all that, and they are okay. But for someone, it can lead to suicide. Yeah, and then we have sexual identification. Sexual identification. People are men and they want to be identified as women. People are women, they want to be identified as men. People are human beings, they want to be identified as animals. So, sexual identification, deism, lesbianism, transgender, queer, there are a lot, A, B, C, D, up to Z. Okay, so sexual identification makes people have suicidal ideas and commit suicide. And let me chip in this thing I saw, I think long ago, years ago, yes. So I chanced upon a video of a transgender. Should I say a guy or a girl? I don't even know what to use. But what happened was that when she started her menstruation, menarche, she was so uncomfortable. A girl, like she was born a girl. Yeah, so when she started menstruation, the menarche, like it was so strange to her. She didn't know anything about it. It just happened, and she didn't know anything. She didn't know how to dress herself and all that. And she just mentioned that oh, she wish she is a boy because she now learns that boys don't menstruate. Boys don't menstruate. So she told her parents, and she told her teachers, and then they ended up taking her to the hospital because of what she said. And they injected her hormones to depress the female hormones, the estrogen and progesterone to depress so that she can have male hormones and testosterone. She's just like a teenager. Let's say I can't remember the age that she had her menarche, maybe 11, 12. But because of what she said,
she don't understand what is happening. That's why she said
yes. So the doctors, the teachers, the parents
agreed to
what she said, and like she's now over 20 years, and she said, what happened?
is happening.
Yes, what happened? Because if that is the cause of me becoming a transgender, it's wrong. I needed help. I needed education at that time. Okay, so she has come out. He. She has come out. She has come out, and then she is advocating for young girls to understand what menarche is, what menstruation is. made me remember my experience also. Back at home, no one educated me on menstruation. I never saw anybody like the women in
Okay,
my
going
mother,
through menstruation.
our African women, they are
Yeah,
very
they will,
secretive and they
yes.
won't educate you on menses, they won't
No,
educate you on sex.
no, no, no.
The only thing they will tell you is that if you go out and you get pregnant, don't come to this house